Hey everyone, Amanda Goldman Petrie, AGP here, founder of Market Like a Nerd, and today I'm joined by my awesome client, Brenda, who's going to share with us her case study and what it was like working with us, the results that she achieved. So, Brenda, hey, thanks for joining.
Hi, Amanda. So glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm excited. We actually just got to meet each other in person, so this is actually fun to see you again.
That was so awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. All right, so Brenda, first and foremost, I like to start these things off just by helping people to get to know you and really see what awesome rock stars we work with. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business?
Sure. Since my whole business is based on telling my story, let's go for it. So I am an on stage and on video performance coach, but my passion is really helping people tell their stories, but get down to the nitty gritty of their story. The raw emotions that have maybe stopped them. So many people are hiding. So I actually have a healing component to my work, right? I help them heal, tell their stories so they can have a big impact on the world. And I also help them really step up and be bold and creative with their storytelling.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's kind of become like the go-to video story person in our group program. All the other members are kind of flocking to Brenda for that, which is kind of cool.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So Brenda and I have worked together in so many different ways. We've had discovery sessions together. I think actually that was before you joined BAM Academy. We had a
yeah.
discovery session together. Then she joined BAM Academy, which is now called Selling Like a Nerd. You've done our webinar workshops. You've done our Money Nerds program. You're in the pack too, I
Yeah.
believe, right?
Yeah.
So she's in a
Yes.
ton of our programs, which is really awesome.
I can't get
And
me off of my Amanda.
I know, I love it.
You're amazing.
Oh, thank you. Well, so before you came to us, before you started working with us in all these different ways, can you tell us a little bit about what your business looked like then? You know, what were some of the problems, challenges, or even goals that you had that brought you our way?
Okay. Well, I think it was mainly that I'd been a one-on-one coach for several years, focusing on really the healing aspect of what I'm doing now, more with storytelling and presenting yourself. But I was focused on forgiveness. And also, the past year, I created an online video training program, which was to teach performers how to create their own one-person show like I have, which I didn't mention before. I have a one-woman show that I performed in London, New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles for over 11,000 people. So that's where my background comes from. So I was teaching performers how to do that in an online course, and then but I was struggling to really find where they were, like where they were located online, not in person, or like when I do my show, I have people who want to work with me, but online, where are they? And then what I realized through talking with you, really, and getting coached by you and your programs, is that there's such a bigger niche that it's not just performers that I can teach how to use your own life story to create a presentation, but I could work with speakers. I could work with solopreneurs like me and help them tell their story, but at a really deep level and in a creative way, like teach them how to do a show in 15 minutes as part of their presentation. So the thing is, I didn't know how to also create a bigger package so that it wasn't just an online program, but how can I work at a VIP level, really help people from beginning to end, not just do it yourself. And I think that's one of the main things I learned with you is how to create a higher level program where it was really structured, because I am so right brain. It was really structured, like, okay, you get this, and this is how many times we meet. And then also I learned how to actually have a discovery call and not it just be like hit or miss or what am I going to present to them, but really offer people what they want in such a way that they understand the value of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're skipping ahead a little bit, but that's awesome. So, so you've basically gotten at the reason why you came to us, or the kind of the challenges you were having is you didn't really know where your market was. You didn't know how to monetize your market more than just that one offer that you had.
Mhm.
And why did you choose us in particular, me in particular, because I know that you were hanging out in a lot of other coaching groups. Actually, I saw you on one of Kim Luna's live streams, and I watched a live stream specifically to see how they coached you. And so I know you were kind of dabbling around in different places. Why'd you choose me?
Yeah, I was dabbling around, and that's how I realized I had, this other market of entrepreneurs just like me, fabulous, powerful people who don't really know how to tell their story necessarily as powerfully as they could. The reason I chose you is because it was actually something it was a combination. First of all, you give so much, and yes, a lot of people give a lot, but there's something I resonated with, like your authenticity and how much you give, like how much you focus in on what the person you're talking to really needs, not in any kind of generic way. There are a lot of really wonderful coaches out there, but I felt like that, and it was. I watched a webinar of yours that was so great and so giving, and then when I went on the discovery call with you, you gave so much value in the discovery call, and I still remember because I had no intention of signing up. I was like, I can't budget wise. I was like, I had just invested in a copy program, and you're like, you know what? I'm not a hard sell, which you're not, and you're like, and I have all these things in the program that you were just talking about, so check it out.
Yeah.
And I really liked that because I was like, okay, it was like the perfect mix of not like letting me go off into the ethers, telling me what you had specifically for me, but also letting me make the decision. And that was it. And also, I was just like so jazzed up that you are so young and you are so successful, that you have had all these businesses, and that like I've told you before, you're like in a million places at once, really addressing all your clients and building your business, and it's impressive. And also, you're quirky like me.
Yeah. Yeah, Brenda's actually the one. I said this in my marketing a couple of times. I have this one client who asks me, is this Amanda 1 or is this Amanda 2 or is this Amanda 6? Brenda's the one who's always asking me that. And I'll play along. I'm like, oh, no, this is Amanda number 3. All right, cool. So that's why you chose us, and I'm so glad you did because I've so loved getting to know you. I love you to death. Can you talk a little bit more about the things that have happened since we began working together? Even just in the very beginning of the programs, I remember you saying, I'm just going to listen to you because everything you say to do just always works. And
yeah, I think the very first thing was working on the sales scripts and like really like how to understand that it's not a script in a bad way. It's more like helping guide a call with your clients so that you can stay on track. It's kind of like it reminds me of, being an actress. I have to be on script so that if something happens, I can get back, if there's some kind of weird thing.
That's a great metaphor.
And so I remember just immediately, I can't remember if you had a suggestion for how to get discovery calls. That must have been it, because then I had discovery calls and then like I sold right away. And it was like, oh my God. And I think it was on a 20-minute call. And I was like, oh my God, I got the perfect clients, and it was 20 minutes and there was no like guesswork in it. So that was probably what happened at first. And then of course, so the sales scripts were really life changing for me. And then now I've created, these higher end packages, VIP packages.
And you've sold them.
Yeah, and I've sold them. So I've made my investment back, certainly in your program, and then plenty. I've also raised my prices 10% since I started working with you, because you have you also deal with the money mindset and things like that. And so those are just some of the things. It's why I jump on board with pretty much everything you do.
Oh, I love it. Awesome. So those are some of the breakthroughs that you've had. You've really come into your own when it comes to sales, and you've been able to really master those sales conversations, get them on the calendar. You've raised your prices. You've completely not completely, but you've really kind of stepped into a newer niche and positioning that's more powerful and has allowed for you to raise those prices. You've gotten some higher end clients. You've made your money back. So a lot of really awesome things has happened, which is why you keep coming back for more. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the experience, though, because money's great. But the experience is also super important to me, and I find to my clients as well. So can you talk a little bit about what it's like just having me there as a coach. If you had to use 3 words to describe me as a coach or your experience working with me, what would those 3 words be?
Um, you're so real. You're just so real and present. That's one word. And that means a lot to me because I believe the point of power is in the present moment. So in with that is that I feel like I'm being heard and listened to. You're authentic, and that encompasses also what you share about yourself. You share stuff that is so personal, and you've done the work so that you can share it. And so I just feel like that's also, which leads into the second thing, the third thing, which would be that you're really inspiring. Like you've had this big story. And it's just what I work with too. I had a big story. That's why I created a show and have the message. So you've had this big story when you're so young and yet you're so conscious at the same time at your age. So that's really inspiring. And to see you grow and to see you continue to be inspired by life, by what you can learn. Those are just amazing qualities.
Aw, I love that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I have no filter, guys, so just warning. My husband always tells me I need a filter, and I'm like, not gonna happen, babe. Sorry. All right, cool. Well, so then let's kind of rein this in. One last question for you. You said that when you got on the phone with me, you actually didn't have an intention of buying. So for other people who might be listening, who really want to work with the Market Like a Nerd team, who want to work with me as their coach, who want to join our programs, and they have some hesitancies or some fears popping up, what advice would you give them?
I'd actually say jump on it because I remember I was like, well, I'm not going to do this. And I lost out on like 5 bonuses. Jump on it, and waited till the last minute. So I really don't see how there's anything to stop someone because you really deliver on what you promise and you're really extremely thorough. And I really think one of the things that sets you apart is I really don't ever feel like, oh, I better not ask another question because you're just like right there and positive. You're really positive too. So
yeah, awesome.
Go for it.
I love questions. Yeah, no, and actually it's funny that you mentioned you missed out on bonuses. I always tell people you've got to get in on stuff the moment I put it out because the prices will always increase because everything always sells out and then I raise the price and
Yes.
the bonuses will always go away because I don't lie about it.
And it's so true, but then you're also really generous because then I remember when I joined PAC, one of those bonuses I wanted was in there.
Oh,
Like, okay, cool.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. That was so much fun. Thank you so much, Brenda.
Can
I
I give
appreciate
my
it.
website? I forgot to give it, I think.
Yeah, sure. So, Brenda is a storytelling coach and also the go-to for when you want to learn how to bring your story out into the world using video or on stage. You can find her at
forgivenessandfreedom.com, and it's spelled out AND, forgivenessandfreedom.com.
There we go. Perfect. And as a member of pretty much all of our programs, Brenda has been able to have such fantastic results. She's raised her prices, really narrowed her niche, kicked butt on her sales calls, made a return on investment, and she described me and her experience with me as authentic and real. And what was the third one?
Inspiring.
Inspiring. There we go. Bam. That sounds
Bam.
pretty powerful to me. Yeah, bam. Hashtag bam. All right. Thank you so much, Brenda. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I can't wait to make you my next success story.